Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Quest for Knowledge. Today we are going to learn all about tenses from grammar part. So tenses are modified verbs. They are used to indicate the time and state of an action or an event. Tenses specify when an event took place, whether it is in complete form or in continuation form. Tenses can be classified into three main categories. They are present tense, past tense, and future tense. Each of these tenses has four different forms. Like present tense has simple tense, continuous tense, perfect continuous tense. Even past tense has simple tense, continuous tense, perfect continuous tense. Even future tense has simple tense, continuous tense, perfect tense and perfect continuous tense. So first let's learn about present tense. Present tense refers to an action that is occurring in the present, which is going on in the present. Simple present tense examples are Rama plays cricket. Second example is the moon orbits the earth. These are the examples of simple present tense. Structure of a simple present tense. It includes subject plus main verb plus object. First example is she goes to the parlor every day. And second example is he practices cricket every evening. So there is subject, main verb and the object here. Next we have structure of a negative sentence. Negative sentences are constructed using do, does, did, are, is, etc. and it is followed by not. For example, we have here children do not like sweets that are made at home. So do is followed by not. Children do not like the sweets that are made at home. The second example is she does not drive. So does is followed by not. The negative sentences are constructed using the words do, does, did, are, is and it is followed by not. This is the structure of a negative sentence. Structure of an interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence is mainly a question form. It is in question form. If the subject is the third person singular, the sentence starts with the auxiliary verb does. So does is an auxiliary verb. The sentence begins with the auxiliary verb do. Do is a auxiliary verb. It starts with do. The sentence begins with do. If the subject is plural, if the subject is basically plural, do they have car? So do is an auxiliary verb used here. Does he like music? Does is also an auxiliary verb and this is interrogative sentence. Present continuous. It is also known as the present progressive tense. It describes actions happening in the present. The actions which are happening in the present, which are happening at the time of speaking. So, present continuous describes the actions which are happening at the time of speaking. Structure of a present continuous tense sentence. I am reading a book. Virat is playing cricket. So, these are the actions happening in the present. Structure of a negative sentence. Smita is not participating in the competition. So, negative sentence has the form of subject, auxiliary verb, not and plus present participle. Base form of the verb is it is adding ing. Like Smita is not participating ing in the competition. We are not dancing today. In dancing ing. So it is followed like this. Then structure of an interrogative sentence question. Is he driving the car? So here auxiliary verb plus subject plus present participle. Present participle. Base form of the verb plus ing. It is like this, or it can also be like question word plus subject plus auxiliary verb plus present participle. Based form of the verb is plus ing. Is he driving the car? Which movie are you watching? So these are the examples of structure of an interrogative sentence. In present perfect, it describes actions that began in the past and it is continued in the present, or it has been just completed. It refers to the actions completed in the recent past, the actions which are recently completed. Structure of a present perfect tense. It includes subject plus have or has plus past participle plus object. We have purchased a new flat. The flat is already purchased. It is describing the past. Preeti has finished her work. So this is also describing the past. Here there is a note. We use present perfect with adverbials such as recently, just, only, yet, already, etc. Examples are she has visited a planetarium recently. This is the recently is a adverbial here. Next we have just completed the project. Just is a adverbial here. Structure of a negative sentence. They have not done their homework. So the structure of a negative sentence includes subject plus auxiliary verb plus not plus past participle plus an object. They have not done their homework. She has not applied for a job. Then comes the structure of an interrogative sentence, question mark. So the structure of an interrogative sentence includes auxiliary verb plus subject plus past participle plus object, or question word plus subject plus auxiliary verb plus past participle. Have you sent the consignment? Has he bought a new car? Present perfect continuous. So present perfect continuous refers to the actions that began in the past and it is continued in the present. It also shows when the action is started or for how long it is continued. Structure of a present perfect continuous tense is like subject plus auxiliary verb, has been or have been, plus it includes present participle, basic form of the verb. It includes plus ing plus time reference. So there are two examples here. It has been raining since yesterday. So the action is began and it is in the past and still it is being continued in the present. Shanti has been cleaning the kitchen since 10 a.m. So the action began in the past and it is continuing in the present. Structure of a negative sentence. It includes subject plus auxiliary verb, has not been or have not been, plus present participle, basic form of the verb plus ing plus the time reference. The time is also given. Like here in the example, he has not been working for 10 years. 10 years is the time reference. Shrikant has not been playing the flute since Monday. So here Monday is the time reference. Structure of an interrogative sentence, question mark, auxiliary verb has or have plus subject plus been plus present participle, verb plus ing plus time reference, or question word plus subject plus auxiliary verb plus present participle, verb plus ing. Have you been attending music classes since the beginning of the semester? Second example, has she been working in this office for long? Past tense. It is used to refer the actions that occurred in the past, which is already passed away. Past simple is used to describe actions that are happened in the past. First example, he lived in Mumbai. He lived in Mumbai. That means he was living in Mumbai. Then Suhas worked for Infosys. Suhas had been working for Infosys. Actions that occurred regularly in the past. He used to play cricket in college. He traveled to work by metro. Sentence structure of a simple past tense. The students enjoyed the excursion. Here subject plus verb in the past form plus object and the adverb of time. They enjoyed during the excursion. That is adverb of the time. Then we went out yesterday. Structure of a negative sentence. We did not like the place. So here it includes subject plus auxiliary verb did plus not, basic form of the verb plus object. He did not write the assignment. Structure of an interrogative sentence, that is question. It includes question word or auxiliary verb did plus subject plus basic form of the verb and plus object. Did the teacher engage the class? When did you buy the flat? So here did is the auxiliary verb. Past continuous, it is also called past progressive tense. It indicates ongoing actions of the past. The actions which are ongoing from the past. It describes action going on at some point in the past. The aspirants were preparing for test. They were sitting in the lounge. Something that happened before and after another action. So this also describes past continuous. He was discussing tenses when I arrived. They were watching a movie when I entered. So it is past also, it is continuous also. The action which has already been in the past is continuing. It is ongoing. So that is past continuous. Structure of a past continuous sentence with examples. Subject, it includes subject plus auxiliary verb was or were plus present participle plus object. The dog was playing with the ball. The lion was roaring. Structure of a negative sentence. It includes subject plus auxiliary verb was or were plus not plus present participle plus object. We were not running in the street. Sheila was not doing her work. So was and were here are auxiliary verbs. Structure of an interrogative sentence. Question. It includes auxiliary verb, question word, was or were plus subject plus present participle plus object or adverbial. So was he helping his sister? So here was is the auxiliary verb. How many hours was she working last night? So was is an auxiliary verb here. Past perfect. Past perfect is used in the following situation when it is used to describe two actions that have taken place in the past, usually one before the other. Amy had cooked lunch before we got up. So it is describing two actions. One, Amy has cooked the lunch and that too before they wake up. So Amy had cooked lunch before we got up. When I reached Tarun's house, he had already left for work. So when he reached Tarun's house, by then Tarun had already left for work. It is describing two actions which have taken place one before the other. Next is refer to an event that happened a long time ago. She had met with an accident in her childhood, which is a long time ago. He had visited his friends in Mumbai in 2018. So it's quite a long time. Structure of a past perfect sentence. It includes subject plus had plus past participle base verb plus ed or en plus object. First example is she had acted. So here ed is used. Verb plus ed. Verb is an action. Ed is added to verb. In a few movies. Hari had written. Here en is added to the verb action. A few poems. Hari had written a few poems. Structure of negative sentence. It includes subject plus had plus not plus past participle, base verb plus ed or en plus object. He had not told us the truth. Sunil had not done his work. Structure of an interrogative sentence question. It includes auxiliary verb plus subject plus past participle, verb plus ed or en plus object. Had he submitted his project? Had you received the news? Then we have structure of a past perfect continuous tenses. So it is also called past perfect progressive tense. It describes an ongoing action that has started in the past and it is continued for some time in the past. Since usually shows when the action started in the past and for specifies for how long did the action lasted. So we have an examples here. Structure of a past perfect continuous tense sentence. It includes subject plus auxiliary verb had been plus present participle, base form of the verb plus ing plus object plus time reference. Had you been waiting long before the bus arrived? She was exhausted. She had been writing all day. So time reference is given. How long were you waiting in the first sentence and had she been writing all day? Structure of a negative sentence. It includes subject plus auxiliary verb had not been plus present participle plus object plus time reference. Children had not been playing in the field for 2 months. 2 months is the time reference. Had not been is an auxiliary verb. Lena had not been sleeping. So had not been is an auxiliary verb. Had describes that from quite few hours or quite a long time she has not been sleeping. Structure of an interrogative sentence. Question mark. It includes had plus subject plus been plus present participle plus object plus time reference. Examples. Had she been lecturing since 2006? Time reference is given and had is there. Had is an auxiliary verb. Had you been eating? So these are the examples of structure of an interrogative sentence. Coming to the future time. Future time, it is used to express actions that will happen in the future. That means the action has not yet occurred. It doesn't exist. It will be happening in the future. It is classified into two. Future simple. Future simple is used to describe an action that will happen in the near or far future, which is going to happen soon or it might happen later. Structure of a future time sentence. It includes subject plus auxiliary verb will or shall plus the base form of the verb plus object. The group will perform at the show after 2 days. So will is an auxiliary verb here. Then I hope she will get the job she has applied for. So it is including subject, auxiliary verb, base form of the verb action and plus the object. Next we have structure of a negative sentence. It includes subject, auxiliary verb will plus not plus the base form of the verb plus object. They will not help us. Auxiliary verb is will here. Sham will not get his tab from me. So it is including verb, object, auxiliary verb and the subject. Structure of an interrogative sentence question. It includes auxiliary verb will, subject plus base form of the verb object, or it can also be like question word plus auxiliary verb will plus subject plus base form of the verb plus object. Will you marry me? So here will is an auxiliary verb. Then will they buy a new flat? So this is the structure of an interrogative sentence. Next we have future continuous. It is used for actions that will be in progress in the near or distant future. So it might be happening soon or it might happen later also. Structure of a sentence. It includes subject, auxiliary verb will be plus present participle plus the object. They will be shifting to a new home by the end of this winter. So will be is an auxiliary verb here. Then second example we have, by this time tomorrow I will be writing my exam. Will be is mentioned here also. So then we have structure of a negative sentence. It includes subject plus auxiliary verb will not be plus the present participle plus object. Examples: she will not be enjoying her vacation. So they are describing for the future that she will not be enjoying her vacation. Then Anil will not be running the marathon next week. So this is also describing future and auxiliary verb is will not be. Structure of an interrogative sentence question mark. Will plus subject plus be plus present participle plus object, or it includes question word plus will plus subject plus be plus present participle or an object. So the first example is, will you be appearing for the contest? When will you be meeting the doctor? So it is including will as an auxiliary verb here. Next we have future perfect. So future perfect is used when the speaker assumes that some actions will be completed by a particular time in the future. So it is based on the expectations that they'll be completing that in a particular time. Certain actions will be completed by certain time. Structure of a future perfect sentence. Example: I will have joined the university in 2 years. So here it is including subject plus auxiliary verb. Will have is an auxiliary verb here plus past participle plus object. Next example we have, Sushmit will have retired by the year 2030. Next we have structure of a negative sentence. It includes subject plus auxiliary verb will not have plus past participle plus object. Here examples are, she will not have learnt programming. Will not have is an auxiliary verb. My mother will not have cooked the dinner. Then we have structure of an interrogative sentence question. So here it includes will plus subject plus have plus past participle plus object. Will they have obtained permission from the principal? So will is the auxiliary verb. And also have, when will they have quit their jobs? So this is an example for structure of an interrogative sentence. Next we have future perfect continuous tense. This describes ongoing actions that will be completed in the future. Since is usually used to show when the action will start, and for is used to specify how long the action will continue. So since is used here to show when will the action start, and for is describing for how long the action will continue. So we have structure of a future perfect continuous tense sentence. It includes subject plus auxiliary verb, will have been plus present participle plus object, and plus we also have time reference. She will have been writing her next play by this time next year. So will have been is an auxiliary verb, and it is also including present participle. Then we have by this time next year I will have been working on this project for a year. Next we have structure of a negative sentence. It includes subject plus auxiliary verb, will not have been plus present participle, base verb plus ing plus object, and plus time reference. He will not have been living here for 3 years. So it is using verb. Verb is continued with ing. She will not have been waiting for you for 7 hours. So here there's a note, won't can be used instead of will not. Then we have structure of an interrogative sentence. So it includes will or subject plus have been plus present participle, base verb plus ing plus object, or question word plus will plus subject plus have been plus present participle, verb plus ing plus the object. So the examples are, will you have been working in the organization long before you quit? So here working verb action is used and it is followed by ing. Who will they have been training before the conference? So here verb is used plus ing is used. There is present participle also. Have been is an auxiliary verb here. So present participle and continuous tenses are also used to indicate the future. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe.